Good morning, collective. I'm here for another reading. This is pretty interesting, special. I'll just show you where I am. I'm in Kununurra, and this is the park that I'm in. Now, just over in that tree over there, underneath that tree over there, there's like these bowerbirds, right? And they've got all this collection of like plastic bottle tops and bits and pieces that they've collected and they put in their nest. And anyway, the story of the bowerbird is very significant here, where now I'm pretty sure it is the bowerbird because the story is coming back to me about how they would put, now I think it's the bowerbird, but anyway, this story is significant about the bird that puts, that lays their eggs in another bird's nest, right? And so they don't have to look after it, and they put it in someone else's nest, another bird's nest, and they bring up the bird. They kick out one of their eggs, and then they put one of their eggs in replace with the other birds, right? And so then this bird is brought up in a family that's not theirs. They think that that's who they are, but they're not. So somebody here has been brought up in a nest that wasn't theirs, right? That's not their real family. Somebody was placed in some other person's family, but they didn't know about it. Okay, so it was very, very significant. And the other part is that I met this young man today at the coffee shop, young Aboriginal man from this area, and he's been on a healing journey himself. And he said he just come back to country. He's come back to Kununurra, and he was bringing his young son, who was 5, to reconnect to country, so that he knows who he is. So he knows who his ancestors is, and he gets to experience all this beautiful ground here, which they're from. And for me, it's like that too, because my parents were wandering around on this land when I was a child, and for me it's like coming back home as well. I'm finding it very difficult to leave this town. I keep booking in the caravan park for another night because I feel like I need to, right? Anyway, I'm glad I did, because then I met this young man. Anyway, I was telling him about the objects in which I'm trying to find the right owners for. And all the other people, like in the art galleries and whatnot, just keep redirecting me and saying I should just go to the museums and put them in the museum because they're very old. And finding the right families for it is near impossible. But after meeting this young man, I've made the connection. He's going to be talking to his grandmother. I think he said grandmother, it wasn't auntie. Pretty sure it was grandmother. And she's got a lot of knowledge, and so I'm going to be meeting up with them tomorrow, which will be awesome, and we might be able to learn some more, because I needed to be talking to the Indigenous, but other people kept trying to, send me towards museums and art galleries, but that's not where the real culture is, right? It's out on country. And I feel, and it was like meeting this young man was like serendipity, to finding because the Miridu in Lagrange, when I spoke to him, he's an old elder there, and he said to go towards Fitzroy and up, and then this young man was saying, his family line is all from Fitzroy, Halls Creek, and up and through out from here, Kununurra, and then more towards the coastway. So it's sort of like a whole section that crosses the border. So, so I'm hopeful to find some more guidance, and Spirit keeps guiding me, and I felt like he guided me to go and have coffee at that shop and to talk to that man, and it was kind of strange because I seen him, and he'd bought a coffee and sat somewhere, and then when I went to get mine I was waiting next to his table, and I asked if I could sit there, and then he just wanted to talk, so yeah, we got that conversation going, and very significant. But remembering the significance also of the bowerbird and the baby being brought up in the wrong nest. Now we know a lot of Indigenous people were taken from their families and put into different homes. Also people that took on, you know, like aunties and uncles took on other children and whatnot as well. Yeah, so here we go. Let's get something from the ancestor spirits. So yeah, this is all about returning to country, right? Okay. Holy Spirit, Holy Ancestors. Holy Spirit, Holy Ancestors. Please give us the correct information and guidance. Too much. One at a time, please, Spirit. One at a time. So let's see what comes up. Let's see what other guidance we have here. So I'm quite excited to be meeting with some elders from here. Oh, I wanted to blow away. It says, have courage. And look at those courageous looking people. Strength, fearlessness and warrior. And we had the conversation about Jacamara, and I was telling him about how I had visited 3 different prison sites. You know, one was the Derby prison, Cossack prison, and Winjana prison. And this specific warrior man, who was very famous for you know, fighting for his country and his people in the early days, and he was telling me how I read the book about him years ago, but I didn't know the part. He says, did you know how he died? And I didn't remember. It's been a long time since I read the story, but I don't think this part of it was in the story. They just said he was wounded and he died slowly, but he got hold of, like, you know, like, white man's power was the gun, right? And he was having a shootout in the Winjana Gorge, and that's where I was. And he said that he put his hand up because he held off for a long time. He went on for years, like breaking out of prison. He was an amazing person, and but he put his hand up to the and it shot through his hand, and he said the power was in his hands, right? We know about that, right? Like, as spiritual healers, and he was a healer and the power was in his hands, right? They shot through his hand, and that was how they managed to take him down. And it's relative also to how Jesus was driven through the hands, because that's where the power, the healing power came from, out of the hands. And when he was nailed to the cross, it was in the hands and the feet, and that's where the power is. So same, he was Jacamira. Is it Jacamira? I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right. He was shot through the hand, and that's what took him down. But he was a fierce warrior, and this is what we got here, this strength. And I know this energy is with me. I'm getting emotional from that. He's like confirmation. He's like a high priest. He's a high priest, energetically. Music. Find your voice. Express yourself, open up, sing out. Sing. See, the singing. This is something else that I've been experiencing in a lot of these places, is getting the downloads and channeling the songs, the song lines in those places. And each one's different. The songs are different. Singing the song lines. What else is here, sweetie? Who else is here? What do we need to know? Guide us. What do we need to know here, please? Sky, Father Sky. Remember who you are, culture, resilience and beliefs. That's just confirmation for what we've been talking about. Remembering who we are, where do we come from. Connection to country. That's what the young man was talking about. This is what I've been talking about. Finding identity. And we're talking about the bird in the nest, in the wrong nest, right? Being placed in someone else's culture, somebody else's nest, a different bird. Go after your goals, persist, encourage, advance. So we're being guided here to keep going, like not to give up on this goal. Because like for me, I look at this shield, the magical shield of protection, and the axe. These are the objects that I have that I'm returning to culture. I have the magical shield of protection, and I have the number 7 boomerang, which is the axe here. That's the objects. So returning the shield and the axe. I've got other objects as well I go to. We're going to find it through these people. Embrace your inner gypsy, freedom, fun and music. So we've been also guided to relax and enjoy the process. Dancing. See, the dancing is very important as well as the singing. So we've got singing here and we've got dancing. Now, what I was told by Miraду in Lagrange is that the objects that I have are ceremonial and they were used for singing, and we're talking about singing song lines here, and the dancing. So the dancing is all about vibration and frequency, right? And when the frequency that comes from dance, and quite often indigenous dance and mimic the animals and the birds and whatnot, and that is to reinforce that singing, and with the dance is the frequency being generated to keep that alive, you know what I mean? Keep that energy alive, and the energy of the animals reverberates through all living things and the human body for a healing frequency for the whole entire collective, meaning the whole entire life force. And that kicking up of the dirt is generating that energy of life. See, this is a frequency, this dance. here again, like, and in the fire is significant. And what Miranda was telling me about the dance with and on the shield that I have has specific painting on it that is also that is generating that frequency of protection, and that this same sort of energy. And there's three here, so the three women dancing in a spiral. In the artwork on my shield, it's the three circles in the spiral, generating that energy of life. This is life force energy. Life force energy. Again, here, look. Now this is in Indian culture. The shield, and he's got the shaker, symbolic of the number 7 boomerang. But the shaking also, and the fire flame with the smoke, it's also generating that energy, frequency, life force frequency. Okay? Just take time out here, siesta, recharge and rest. So somebody's been guided to rest at this time because it's happening. There was a corroboree last night and I missed it. But there might have been a reason for that. Because it was important to be alone. There's a bird flying around here, just gliding around and around real slow like. He's looking for his prey. Somebody's looking for prey. There's instability here. Oh, this is sovereignty. And we've got loyalty. And a lotus flower. Okay. Have courage, it says. Have courage. Six of Cups. It's tribal. Somebody's been circled. Singled out, circled. Find your voice. Just speaking out about something. To a collective. It's a collective pattern. Did I say about the 3 circles? The 3 circles. Try. 3. Corroboree, I said. The dance. Missed it. Remember who you are. There's justice. Justice is here. Somebody's blinded to their crown. See how this bird's got a red band around its eyes, and the crown is hovering above. Somebody's blinded to their crown. Somebody doesn't know that they are crowned. Or that they are royal. This is a royal bloodline here. Significant. And the red cloth is significant. And we've got red here as well on this lion strength. This is royal bloodline. Justice. Blue is also significant here with this remember who you are. Now blue is symbolic of royalty as well, right? Royalty is the blue, royal blue, because that's why it's called royal blue, right? Royal blue is a symbol of authority. This is spiritual authority. And somebody's not actually aware of their crown because this is blinded and the crown's hovering above. Somebody is not aware of their crown. Go after your goals. Ten of Pentacles. Missed opportunity. This has come out in reverse. A missed opportunity. There's no missed opportunity with these pentacles. This is because somebody doesn't know they're royal. Or they're beginning to know, because this is saying remember, so the remembering is coming. Remembering. The 3. I keep getting the 3. The way I've just folded this, like, it's like this. 3 times 3. Right? So I've got 3 lotus, 3 coins, and 3 cups. 3 threes are 9, which is the completion, the ending. There's a completion here. Completion. And there's 3 trees like that. Triangle. Triangle. 3, 3, 3. 3 times 3. 3 tribes. There's 3 times 3 tribes, which would be 9 tribes all up, but 3 there's 3 different, like 3 different bloodlines in each tribe. That's interesting. 3 different leaders of it. That's a page of cards. There could be a bogus offer. What is this 3 of cups? 8 Sorry, Page of Cups, I said 3. Ace of Pentacles is in reverse. Plane. Something to do with the plane. What is this? Ace of Pentacles in reverse. There's an offer here with no pentacles. What's this? Yeah, it's going like, and there's an imbalance. What is this imbalance here? Wounded warrior. This is somebody not getting their lessons. Somebody in the background is not learning something, or they're missing something. There's an imbalance in the background. Yeah, this is over. Somebody might be in jail. Somebody's looking behind a window. Somebody's looking in a window. See that? That's somebody. Imbalance. Somebody could be, I don't know how to say it, right? Somebody could be passed away behind a window, somebody looking in. Somebody could be looking through a window at somebody who passed away. Because they didn't learn their lesson. It could be somebody's partner that didn't get an offer. Somebody never got an offer of love from a partner, and now this person's, because they didn't learn their lesson, I don't want to say. These swords are giving me an indication of some sort of sword, you know what I mean? I don't want to project anything onto anyone. I don't want to say. Somebody never gave an offer to somebody because they weren't learning their lessons, and it's to do with these swords, because they had an imbalance. And now it looks like they may be ended. A Knight of Swords in reverse. Or this could be the police. There's a new beginning here though with the Ace of Wands. So this is an ending for a new beginning. Somebody had to end something for a new beginning. There's alchemy here. Here's the Magician. This could have been looking through the window of the past. And moving forward, we have an Ace of Wands. And there's a golden pathway. with the magician, which has brought freedom, fun and music. Ace of Swords. Oh, could be a celebration here. Three of Cups. This could be a celebration, yes. Three, and I said, what did I say? 3 tribes, the 3 dancers, and the 3 cups. Look, celebration. This is about celebrating an ending of this imbalance in the past. This is what this is. So this is a cause for a celebration. We've got strength. Whew. Oh, we do have some sort of deceit here. Okay, let's have a look at this. Is this of the past? What is this 7 of Swords, Spirit? 7 of Swords. Somebody has to keep their guard up. There's a deception of love. This could be the deceit from the past. Somebody's guarded to love. There's 3 tribes here that have come out of 1. And 3 connections to that. 6 connections. Three states? Is it? With all these branches. Seven wands. Seven loves. 7 wounds. 7 wounds. Volcanoes? Could there be 7 volcanoes? Wow, this is giving me like, what the fuck? Yeah, around bodies of water. See the fire around this womb, which is the cup, and the flames around it? This is giving me like this place here, Lake Argyle. You know, this is where the diamonds come from, right? Because there's a big old volcano. There's also 6 lilies here. 6 tributaries? 6 tributaries? Because I said 3 and 3, didn't I? 3 separate tribes, but there was 6. So like 6 divided into 2 to make 3 different tribes, like. But there's 6 separate groups. Around this cup, which could be this lake. there's, oh my gosh. See, and then there's something to do. See this one here, and it's bringing this object. The magical shield of protection, the object, is relative to these 6 different tribes. But then we've got 7 wands. And I said 7 wombs. Could 6 different tribes come from 7 different wombs? Or seeds? Not the womb, but the seeds. So that's interesting. It's like there's 6 tribes or entities, and then there's this 7th one. Okay, 6 wombs, 7 seeds. It's like this extra one. It's like an add-on somehow, you know? This is so weird. It's all around this volcano. Six cups. 7 seeds. There might have been one person that may have seeded 6 cups. This extra one. Is this Jacamira? He travelled all over the place. Did he make did he make all these babies? It's significant to a lot of places. Someone was, anyway. But what is the deception? What is the deception? So something, somebody never got cut out. Somebody never got cut out. They never got cut out, and they're not sad. So what does that mean? Who's this? Work. Now, there's 6 coins in this tree. Did I say 6 wombs? And 1 seed. There's 2 seeds here on the ground, but this bird is picking up that one. And it's like he's engraving, he's making this with his beak. Making this with his beak. Making this seed with his beak. And then he's planting them on the tree. And then there's 3, and then there were 3. Planting them on the tree, and then there were 3. That's funny. Because, so there's something about this 3 again, because look, the 3 birds. And take away the 5, and there's 3. Why is that? And here, you look, if we take away the 5, There's 3. Why is that significant? Take away 5 from 8 is 3. So now we've got 8. So we had 7 and now we've got 8. I don't know what this significance is. So somebody was not cut out and they're not sad. Maybe they went outside, because I said there was 7 and then there was 8, like, and there was this other one coming in. You know, like an extra, but that was coming into the 6 cups. Some new energy coming into the old tribes. That's what that is. Oh, I see. So this is like the bowerbird, right? It's got these eggs. Well, this other bird, whatever the other bird is, right? The nest that's in the nest, and they've got their eggs in there. Along comes the bowerbird and lays one of their eggs in the nest of the other bird. So this is what this has given me here. This bird putting their seed into this cup, the nest. And did I say there was one extra coming in all the time? And then there was 7. And then there was 8. So another entity coming in and seeding in the tribe. But then there was 8. So then there was another one that came along. This has given me like, like in the history books and that, where the Danish first came to Australia and they mixed with the tribes here in the north, sort of mid-west areas. And they brought about these green eyes into the indigenous population. And then there was another one, the next wave of energies coming from afar to seed into the cup. That's what this is. And there's a deception. It created a lot of deception about the bloodlines and the royalty, because that's a 7 as well. And from 6, because this is giving me the 6 lotuses here, the 6 cups, 7 wands, so wands in the cups, right? And this is the 7 swords. Seven wands, 7 swords. It's like the thief coming in as loving wands to the cup. But the 7 were swords of deception to confuse the bloodlines. And this is what this is about. Confusing the bloodlines because of those add-on entities. Wow, this is deep. And then there was 8. So we've gone from 6 to 7 to 8 bloodlines. Where's this going? Where is this going, Spirit? Like, what is it we need to do? This is becoming exposed. The cups, the Knight of Cups in reverse. The love but not loved. Okay, I'm going to put these all in here and we're just going to ask, where is this leading us? For the now, this is all past energy. So there is a celebration here because things are becoming unconfused. Well, you know, like because go after you. This is bringing the shield of protection and the axe, the boomerang. The boomerang comes back around, right? So it's come. This is the number 7, boomerang coming back with the shield of protection. Boomerang comes back. These are the artifacts. This is the message, Page of Wands. Coming back with a messenger. Oh my God. This is huge. Hierophant. Did I not say huge? The Hierophant is here. The Hierophant is the key to this stability. Not walking away from it. So this is like high religious knowledge, high spiritual knowledge, bringing stability, not walking away. The Hermit, the Queen of Swords, not walking away. And this bondage is in reverse. Jail is in reverse. We're talking about the jails. This is breaking free from the jails. This is freedom. Going within, shining a light, investigation, not walking away, investigating, bringing stability, investigating the bloodlines, the stability, the fountain, the 4 wands, the stability. 4 pillars, 4 roses, 4 flowers. How does it come to the 4 now? The fountain, the water. So all life comes from the fountain, the water, the 4. Spiritual knowledge. This is spiritual knowledge right here. Not cut out. Not cut out because this is something that, okay, so the boomerang comes back with the shield of protection. It's not cut out the culture, right? Because it's come back. This is returning to country. There's a breaking of a cord here. Why is that in reverse? A reversal. This is a reversal. Reversal of bloodlines, reversal of cord connections, spiritual connections, reversal. It's like everything going back in its place. Cutting cords. Two cups clarify. The world is over. Got weakness on the world, a weakness to the world. It's over. Strength in reverse is weakness to the world. I'm not sure what that is. Weakness to influence. What is this world? Holding back. Oh, my legs going to sleep. Oh. Holding back. Frugality to the world. Weakness to the world. Holding back from the world. This is like giving me like this motherly figure, like being like overbearing, consuming, like holding something back from the world. Holding back information. Maybe it's the bird in the nest holding back that information, holding back the world by holding back the information, the culture, not expressing it. Five of Swords in reverse and the Page of Cups in reverse. We're reversing this. What is this? Four of Pentacles. Judgment is in reverse. No judgment. So somebody's trying to avoid judgment. Judgment in reverse. I'm an Empress. This is freedom. This is flight. The three again. See the three? The top and the cup and the fire around the cup. The three, the trine, the cup with the fire around the cup. And the love. See, the cup is in the love. This is the womb. The womb. And came in threes. Three lands, and we've got the water with the river. So something might have been divided by three, and then there was three within each one of those threes. Three wombs, three bloodlines within each one of the three lands. You know, and I feel that the lands were divided by the rivers. Empress. And the Empress is the mother, right? The womb. And being left out in the cold, no. Chariot. Chariot's here. Change. Not being left out. Change. There's a change happening. What is this change? King of Wands. This is a leader. There's a leader here, a strong Leo energy. King, strong king is bringing change, and this wind's picking up. Strong wind of change. Strong wind of change. This is Leo energy. A Queen of Cups is in reverse. The Mother energy is in reverse. What? Maybe this is bringing back the, okay, so the change is that, yeah, okay. So the masculine energy is overpowered the feminine energy, which put the Queen of Cups in reverse. And so the change is bringing the Empress back into value. There was the weakness in the womb. That's why there was a weakness in the womb. Because the mother energy had lost their power to the King of Wands, to the masculine energy. So this is being reversed again and bringing power back to the Empress to make a stable environment. I'm hearing what's happening with the Queen of Cups. Abundance. That was reverse, but it's reversing. Because that's a loss of power, feminine energy. But to bring that back into power is to reverse it. So there's a balance of power. No regrets. To this balance of power. Nine of Swords. Victory. Victory. Knight of Wands in reverse. That's that imbalance of masculine energy. No ships coming in. Oops. So the feminine energy is regaining power. Someone's watching. This is spying. This is knowledge. This is because of knowledge. That's the weird thing too. The Knight of Cups is in reverse. It's like a fake apology or fake love. What is that? Why is that coming out here? The Devil here is in reverse with the Queen of Wands in the upright. Why is this Knight of Cups here in reverse? We've got two Knights here in reverse with the Queen of Wands. This is giving me a balance of power though, because of these two lions. That's balance, right? I'm getting a light on the camera. Let's go on there. Just move that there. This is balancing the feminine and masculine energies. With the return to the protection of the feminine energy. This is the defense here, with the shield and the number 7 axe. The boomerang It's coming back to defend the feminine energy. Queen of Wands. This is giving confusion, bringing back sovereignty. Yeah, and loyalty, sovereignty and loyalty, right? Look at this wolf here is being loyal to the crow and supporting the crow in their sovereignty, in their power, feminine power. Queen of Wands, Empress energy, supported by the masculine energy, brings abundance, and this is the new beginning. That Ace of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, death, ending to poverty, ending to lack, death and rebirth, and the ending of the devil energy. We flipped him. Five of Swords. We flipped it. We flipped that energy. Five of Swords. No communication. No communication of this devil energy. Five of Swords energy. Somebody might not be talking about a death. What is this? No communication, no lying. Knight of Pentacles in reverse, something not coming in. Somebody's not talking about it. Something. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Star in reverse. Somebody's not talking about the fool. Somebody feels foolish. So this is like a cover-up, like somebody not talking about what's going on. About this ending. It's not been spoken about. The Nine of Cups, the resources, the abundance. Somebody's not talking about that. And where it's going, the ending, with no conflict. So that it doesn't cause conflict. Nine of Cups. Where the work's going. So nobody's talking about this change or this flip of ownership or the rights to the resources and the work. So nobody's actually speaking out about it to avoid conflict. That was the decision. Spirit said that's the truth. Wow. Yeah, so nobody's talking about how things have gone back, the boomerang effect. And we're talking about going back to country, right? And everything going back in its right place. The first shall be last and the last will be first. No. Yeah, that's right. The first shall be last and the last will be first. It's the boomerang effect. It's gone back. Everything's gone back. Well, that's it, right? Remembering who we are. So, well, okay, one more message here. One more. We've got a King of Cups. Oh, wow. A King of Swords and an Emperor. Look at all these leaders. 3 of them. All in that. Oh, with a Wheel of Fortune. There's a decision made. Wow. 2 kings and an emperor. So there's water, ice, the sword, and the emperor, the ram. Water, air, and earth. Water, air, and earth. Emotional, intelligence, and stable, grounded earth. Earthing, emotional intelligence. Grounded, emotional intelligence. That's bringing stability. Grounded, emotional intelligence is brought through with an Empress here. Returning the boomerang effect, the shield of protection. Returning the shield of protection, which is the masculine energy to the feminine energy, which is emotional stability and intelligence and grounded in the protection of the feminine energies, the masculine, getting grounded to protect the feminine energy, which is the womb, which is life. Life force is the womb. And this is to do with country as well as, life beings. So this is bringing the masculine energy back into alignment with the feminine energy. And earth energy. Earth energy is, the mother, earth, mother. We've got air, father. With water, emotion. Emotional stability between the air and the earth. Wow. This is pretty amazing. Yeah. Okay, and I'm going to leave it here. I think that's because this is bringing the Wheel of Fortune to everybody involved. So yes, I'm going to leave it here, and please like, share and subscribe. You can give thanks in the super thanks if you feel called. That's really helpful for me, and I will keep you updated as to where we're going with this shield and the axe, the shield and the protection, the boomerang. Okay, I'll leave it there. Bye bye.